Hi, I'm PowerPal. On behalf of EXIDE PowerSafe batteries, I welcome to this simple video that will showcase the best practices to be followed in handling and using our VRLA batteries. I shall take you through unloading, storage, installation, commissioning and operation of 12-volt VRLA batteries. Let me explain very important precautions that need to be taken for any VRLA battery in particular. First, your VRLA battery bank should not be put in any hermetically sealed vessel or cabinet. One must ensure proper ventilation for the safe operation of the batteries. Second, your VRLA batteries must be installed in an upright position. Third, the battery bank must be kept far away from any heat-generating device such as AC compressors, blower fans, refrigerators or from direct sunlight. Fourth, the battery bank must be kept far away from any electrical or electronic component, and the separation distance must be at least 800 millimeters. Fifth, it is strongly recommended that an insulating material such as a PVC mat be placed between the battery and the metal rack. The thickness of the insulation material must be such that it can withstand the DC voltage of the system without dielectric breakdown. Sixth, the racks should have at least 300 mm clearance from the battery top for easy access during maintenance work like cleaning and terminal tightening. A torque wrench must be used to tighten the terminals to the correct torque value during installation, and adhering to this practice is strongly recommended. And finally, one must ensure that no fire or naked flame is in close proximity to the batteries. Unloading of batteries at an installation site is very critical and has to be done carefully to avoid damage to the batteries. They should be unloaded from the vehicle with hand pallet trolleys and put on the pallet. Storing VRLA batteries before an installation should be done carefully and in a manner that does not affect the performance of the batteries should there be a time lag between storage and installation. Let me share some points that will help you plan storage in a safe and secure way. Store the batteries indoor in a dry and preferably cool location away from any source of heat or fire. Lead-acid batteries must always be kept at full charge during storage. Storage will cause batteries to self-discharge. The rate of self-discharge increases with temperature. In order to achieve 3 to 6 months of shelf life, the batteries should be stored between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Based on the storage temperature and duration, supplementary charging intervals should be decided as shown in the graph to avoid permanent capacity loss. Post-unloading and during unpacking the batteries at site, one needs to check all batteries for visible defects such as cracked containers, damaged terminal posts or other unrepairable problems. If any of these defects are found, please contact EXIDE service. The battery top should be clean, dry and free of dust to prevent blockage of the vent holes. While cleaning or checking the VRLA batteries, always use a soft, damp cloth containing adequate moisture. Never use a dry cloth as sparks created by static electricity can ignite hydrogen gas generated from the battery, which could lead to an explosion. Do not wet the VRLA battery with water or seawater, as it may cause damage and fire and corrode the battery terminals, connectors and connecting wires. Do not use synthetic detergents or organic solvents such as benzene, paint, thinner and gasoline to clean the battery container and cover. It could cause the battery to crack and give rise to acid leakage. Check the individual battery voltages. Case 1. If the battery voltage is above 12.6 volts, no specific action would be required. Case 2. If the voltage falls within 12.3 to 12.6 volts, a commissioning charge is to be provided at 14.1 volts for 24 hours. Case 3. If the battery voltage is found below 12.3 volts, please contact EXIDE service. Batteries should not have a significant bulge. Under normal circumstances, a 2% dimensional bulge is acceptable. The design of the room where the VRLA batteries would be installed needs to be planned well in advance, keeping these points in mind. One must ensure normal ventilation in the battery room so that periodically emitted gases from the battery have no possibility of accumulation. No exposed electrical devices capable of generating sparks should be in the vicinity of the battery bank or inside the battery room. The location and arrangement of batteries should result in no greater than a 3 degrees Celsius temperature differential between cells at a given time. Avoid conditions that result in localized heating or cooling, as temperature variations would cause the battery to become electrically unbalanced. The batteries should be mounted in a correct manner, such as: install the VRLA battery in an upright position. Batteries of different capacities, make or performances should never be used in the same bank. Batteries should be installed with an insulating PVC mat at the bottom to prevent any leakage current to battery rack or ground. Ensure isolation between positive terminal to ground or negative terminal to ground. Inter-battery space should be a minimum of 10 mm. Connecting batteries once they are mounted is a very important step to ensure proper functioning. These steps will help ensure that the connecting procedure is done without any fault. Batteries should be connected with proper polarity. Connecting with reverse polarity may damage the battery charger. All terminals should be cleaned before connecting the interconnecting cables with the help of zero emery paper. Post-connection, apply a thin coating of corrosion-inhibiting compound to the area. Terminals are not to be bent or soldered directly. Appropriate connectors should always be used. Proper tightness of bolted connectors should be ensured. All inter-unit connecting cables must be of same rating or cross-section and of the same length. Cables are to be crimped adequately, and the crimp junction is to be fully insulated. Improper or loosely tightened bolts can create a spark leading to an explosion. Fasteners arrangement for flag type, bolt-on type and front terminals should be as shown. Bolt, plain washer, cable lug, terminal, plain washer, spring washer, nut. Bolt head, spring washer, plain washer, cable lug, plain washer, terminal. Bolt head, plain washer, front connector, rigid connector or cable lug, plain washer, spring washer, nut. Do not put wrench, tool or metallic object on the VRLA battery, nor carry out any work on the VRLA battery. It can cause short circuit and damage the battery. Commissioning of the same is a very important step. The following points will help to ensure that the commissioning has been done correctly. Always subject the batteries to a commissioning charge of 13.7 volts with a limit current of 20% of the rated ampere hour for 72 hours without connecting the load. For the installation where one or more batteries were observed with an OCV range between 12.3 volts to 12.6 volts, the bank shall be subjected to a boost charge of 14.1 volts for 24 hours, followed by the mentioned commissioning charge regime. Once installed and commissioned, the charging and smooth operation of your VRLA batteries can be done by the following checklist of activities. Correct charging of a VRLA battery is essential in optimizing battery performance and life. Constant potential charges with current limit facility only is recommended for normal continuous operation. This shows the charge voltage and limit current. The charging voltage of the battery must be reduced with increasing temperature and vice versa. Operating the battery at an ambient temperature of 5 to 35 degrees Celsius is recommended to prevent any adverse effect on its effective life. The battery life will be shortened as operating temperature rises. The battery should never be left in a discharged condition, otherwise the battery's full capacity may not be recovered. Immediate recharging is recommended. VRLA batteries should be charged by pure DC source only. The ripple voltage of the charger shall be less than 0.5% peak to peak of the set battery string voltage. As we come to the end of this video, here is a quick summary checklist of the do's and don'ts that you need to remember while installing and commissioning VRLA batteries at a client site. Hope this helps in refreshing and reminding you of all the important points that have been covered earlier. I hope this was helpful and thank you for watching.